Then there's a lot of things you can trade with: liquor, cigarettes. I don't want to say drugs to get involved in the drug trade, but you definitely have a lot of options there. Um, as far as vehicles, you definitely want like a pre-73, a pre-76. In case you have a solar flare that disrupts electronics, it's the ignition that's the key. You want a non-electric ignition, and you want to have extra tires. You might want to have extra parts. You want to have a number of vehicles. Also, a motorcycle is definitely something that you might want to have in your retreat, as well as a tractor. And if you can go as far as affording a helicopter or a plane, I know I'm really going out to another level. You might want to do that and have a hangar where it's put away. And another thing about security, if you have DARPA planes, other planes, drones, they're going to be scanning inside homes, seeing how many people are there, and they're going to make their determination if this is a suspicious situation where they want to know why 20 people are in a house, especially if they see any guns. They're going to be using x-rays, so they're going to be scanning. They have heat signature apparatus, and so you might want to think about insulating your home with a certain type of metal, with some sort of a cover, so the home can't be scanned. You also want to have things well placed, so if they're scanning the ground, they're not going to see it. And I believe there's a number of ways to do this. Have some extra bags of concrete. You never know when you're going to need concrete to cover something up. And if you do plan to exit your home through a tunnel, you're certainly going to want to think about covering up that exit point, so it doesn't look like someone exited that route like a prison break. But back to preparing for potential radiation fallout and other maybe biological warfare. I mentioned colloidal silver. A generator is very important, but you need to know how to do it first and try it out first, because you can get sick if you don't do it right. And you also need to use distilled water. Absolutely get olive leaf extract. That can purge your body of a lot of toxins. In fact, it's even recommended for AIDS victims, people suffering from HIV/AIDS. Also, it's been described as something that can potentially heal you from particular STDs. So there's also other herbs that you can use to flush your system of toxins. During the swine flu scare, a lot of people woke up to some of the natural ways you can protect yourself, other than vaccines. Of course, you didn't see the mainstream media doing that, talking about solutions. And so, with the information that you have, with all the books that are out there, you don't even have to pay for them anymore. It's all over YouTube, different survival techniques. You can learn how to build your own solar oven out of tires. By using aluminum. If you get the actual official solar oven, which runs about between $250 and $400, depending on what manufacturer you buy it from, it's definitely important to shop around. That can go as high as 500 degrees, even if the sun isn't that hot. It's the length, it's the time period of the sun building and building and building. It can actually be a cold day, and you will be able to cook food. In Africa, they send these units out there, these charity organizations, and people that have nothing, they're making bread. All they have is wheat, and so they're selling pizzas. It's their living, and it's also been described as a cooker that doesn't burn your food. Um, it's a slow cook. So we talk about the solar oven, we talk about a butane stove, there's also Dutch ovens, and of course a propane stove. Having extra plates, preferably metal, stainless steel. Definitely stay away from aluminum. Aluminum leaches, it is toxic. So think about these things. Think about what options are available to you: tools, food, water filters, vehicles that can withstand a solar flare burst, and of course things that you can trade, and of course a grab and go kit. And you want to get a sleeping bag that's at least 30 degrees, 20 degrees, 10 degrees preferably, and shop around for the best quality. You certainly get what you pay for. And look at a tent, preferably a green tent, and army camouflage in case you need to be in the trees, in case you're evading foreign troops, or if you're a dissident, if you're on the list, if there is a roundup, you want to get out of Dodge, you want to close your Facebook account, you want to start building anonymous emails, you want to start using phones like this, prepaid phones, and anytime you have conversation about certain things that are questionable, you need to take the battery out of your phone. Even as simple things as talking about where the retreat is and how much food you have. Be careful about some of these things. Use discretion. So I want to leave you with this. We're going through major changes, and these are natural. And if you look at this like the end of the world, or if you hear people talk about doomsday and then you just blow it off because you don't believe in such a thing, um, look at it for what it is, and look at where humanity has been before, and look at the evidence of many, many civilizations being removed from the planet, but humanity still exists. In fact, we're looking at 7 billion people on the planet. There's a lot of people on the planet. And I believe that if we were off the grid and more truly sustainable, not Agenda 21 sustainable, and we were off this dollar system, and if we were reestablishing real family values, not Bush Senior family values, that's just rhetoric, I believe we're going to be happier in the long run. I think there's going to be beautiful things in the future, but I think that we're going to have to get to at least 2020, 2025 to deal with the consequences, you can even say karma, from the things the United States has done. And I believe that there is a conspiracy, there is a new world order, and that China, Russia, and the U.S. are going to stage a conflict in order to really oppress the people of the world. That could be damaged. You can see a depopulation situation if nuclear missiles are fired on American cities. Joel Skozen talked about the top 10 cities that he believed would be in some type of a danger if, in fact, this were to kick off. And he's looking at Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles, all different types areas in California, areas near military bases, Denver, Colorado, Dallas, Texas, New York City, and Miami's probably in that list. So he's talking about financial centers being destroyed. And of course, we have a situation with the audit of the Fed. Some are celebrating that, but I believe this is going to lead to a world currency. So I want to pop that champagne cork just yet. We need to look at where all of this is going. We need to start thinking more about what's going on. You also hear a lot of talk about extraterrestrials, UFOs. I'm very interested in the subject, but I do believe a lot of the craft we're seeing, the physical craft, is back engineered from a lot of black operations, classified operations, and it's actually been going on for a long time. Really kicking off in 1947 after the Nazis lost the war. They were really pioneers in rocket propulsion technologies. So a lot of these are spy drones, and I don't think that extraterrestrials are coming to save us. If something like this does exist, I believe they've already embedded themselves within the government, but that's another conversation. So that's it from me. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. I'm looking forward to hearing from some of you that are already off the grid and working as a community and developing local currencies and focusing on real commodities and are practicing cooperation, nonviolent communication, and you are prepared mentally, psychologically, spiritually to be there for someone else, and that you're not in a state of fear and only worried about your own personal survival, because that causes a lot of stress in the body. And certainly we've been already going through that, through the barrage of news and worries about where all of this is going. But it's certainly going somewhere. As a lot of people talked about 2012 being an era of time where we would see a shift in consciousness, major shift in consciousness, that by 2012, 2013, you would see a lot of people becoming more loving and compassionate. And in many cases, we see the opposite, which is why you can't take anything for granted and just assume that something's going to save us, be it Ron Paul, be it Jesus Christ, or other things. I'm not against Ron Paul. I'm not against Jesus Christ. I do believe, and I do take that into account. And also the idea of guardian angels. But I don't think you should test the higher powers, our Creator, and just assume that you can continue a certain lifestyle and assume that the cities are going to be safe and are going to be stable, because it's obvious that things are changing very, very fast. Thank you for watching, and we will continue this conversation at a later point in time. Please share this video, and please like this video. And also, check out the Underground News Network, which I'm affiliated right now. You can also go to www.alternativemedianetwork.tv, and there's going to be a number of other websites. If you'd like to subscribe to my daily half-hour show, go to revbox.com, and there's going to be more information that I'm going to be announcing about that. You need to subscribe to see the half-hour daily show, and when you subscribe, at $20 a month, you have access to over 14, 15, 16 television shows that we are airing, the very best of the alternative media, um, the underdogs, and there's a lot of different opinions. We're going to wake a lot of people up with this network. We also have the Conspiracy History channel where we're playing the best of the best. We're also building a database of a lot of these films in case we need to share them. Last but not least, I got to wrap this up. If you're an activist and you're involved in the distribution of information, I would look at having a lot of equipment where you can produce information and have a plan to get that out. Distribution, think about already setting up P.O. boxes with aliases and places where you can put DVDs into drop boxes and make special programs for police and military as these things unfold. Explain to them why they're unfolding, why chaos is erupting, and what's coming after this stage managed crash of the U.S. economy. The TSA is being unleashed. Show them the documentation. Show them how U.S. troops are all over this world, and they're not at the border. The border's wide open, yet you have more drills with foreign troops coming to the United States because they will do things that American soldiers won't do. So I believe there will also be a conflict at some point between the military and these foreign troops. When they start to see what they're doing, you're going to see and hear stories about soldiers, special ops, shooting each other. We also see this in Afghanistan. Humanity is definitely in an interesting space. Underground News Network. Also check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com, TV AMN Revbox. Subscribe. And there's also my personal YouTube channel where you have access for free to all of these shows that I produced in Portland, Oregon. I've recently relocated to Texas in light of the direction the country is going. And there's a number of reasons why I believe the middle of the country is not a bad place to be at this particular point in time. And the other thing about moving, keep in mind, if you go off the grid, it's not like you've committed that forever. You can still live your life in the city. You can have multiple retreats. You don't have to be a person that alienates themselves. It's just all about putting your eggs in multiple baskets and thinking beyond the box of just having a grab-and-go kit. As important as that is, if there's a quarantine situation, you need to be prepared in your home to deal with such a thing. And also have some sort of a gas-powered or butane or kerosene-powered heater in case things get very, very cold. And also duct tape for your windows to insulate your home from the cold. And also remember, if there's a power outage, if you open up your fridge, you're going to have a lot of food spoil. You want to keep that closed and only open it when you actually need to open it. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching.